The Supreme Court says it won't hear the case of a Rhode Island man ordered to pay the record industry $675,000 for illegally downloading and sharing 30 songs. So now, Joel Tenenbaum, he is heading back to federal court in hopes of getting that number reduced. Tenenbaum was a student at Boston University at the time of the illegal downloads. He thinks the ruling against him, which amounts to more than $22,000 per song, is outrageous. The music industry disagrees, saying illegal downloading and sharing music is hurting artists and record companies alike. So what do you think? Is this kind of hefty ruling what is needed to head off a serious crime, or is it overkill?
And Grace Stafford from the Wildlife World Zoo is our guest today. You know, you think they're making an example out of this young man?
They certainly are. And you know, I have a copyrighted book, so I can understand the importance of protecting that copyright that is someone's property that they're trying to sell. However, get your ruling, win your victory if you're the record industry, and then come back and lower that amount, because clearly that's something that no average human being can afford to pay.
Yeah.
You know, you can get your ruling, get the law on your side, get that moral victory, and then come up with some reasonable compromise here, because literally I can't imagine the damages were to that tune for 30 songs.
Right, and
by one individual.
He's 28 years old. He
Yeah.
just graduated with a doctorate, so he has mounting bills from college. And he said that, you know, his attorney argued this was never meant for the consumer to bear this price, the consumer copyright. It was kind of being pushed back to the industry, not so much the consumer, but it's a lot of money.
You know, and also a victim of technology. And so I think that clearly you shouldn't do it, but you know, there needs to be some sort of balance in the punishment, I guess.
You know, it's been years now, almost 7 years since we all knew you cannot do this. It is illegal. There have been similar cases where they've gone after the parents of kids who've downloaded these songs illegally. So at this stage of the game, a 28-year-old, he should know better.
Yeah, and what is it, like 99 cents or something to get a song?
Most,
I mean, it's
$99.99. It just depends.
And I don't know too. Was he trying to profit from this sharing, or was, you know, I mean, there's so much piracy going on for profit, illegal profit, versus sharing with your friends and your family. So again, I would look at the details of the case, and if I'm the record company, here's a great way to score a PR victory and relieve this guy of this huge settlement.
Yeah, it might be a little bit excessive.
Well, they called him in court a hardcore copyright offender. So that is what they are saying. That's what the record industry, that was their argument. All right, here's what you guys are saying on Facebook. Melissa Whitefield says, I don't feel sorry. I spend my $1.29 on iTunes and pay my $9.99 subscription on Spotify. There are so many ways to get music now without being illegal.
And James Finstrom says, it is all nonsense. The judgments are pointless. They will never get the money.
And Kathy Owen, if they are making such an issue out of downloading music, then they need to ban all those websites that allow you to download.
Terry Laval says, I bet his college education won't even cost that much, but he should have known better.